All right, we're recording. Well, it's afternoon here in Pensacola, Florida. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Mark DeNunzio. I'm a Sons of Italy Foundation trustee and a charter member of the Sons and Daughters of Italy local lodge, Buona Fortuna in Pensacola, Florida. And I'm joined today with Travis Stubblefield, who is the managing partner at our local Carrabba's Italian Grill in Pensacola. Again, welcome, Travis. Thanks for joining me
Thank
on
you.
this interview. And what we're here to do today is we're going to talk about the coronavirus, ways to support each other in this during this disaster, and also the importance of creating long-term relationships with community-minded partners that are mutually beneficial. So let me start off first with, I'm going to ask you the question: How has the coronavirus affected your Carrabba's restaurant?
Well, obviously, with the closed dining room in an Italian restaurant, it definitely makes for some unique challenges for us here. But we were fortunate to have already had a pretty loyal car side and delivery following, which has since obviously grown because a lot of my dining room regulars are now my car side and delivery regulars. So, and we basically just want to do our best to take care of everybody. And, we're running a slightly limited menu just due to the volume decrease, but, just trying to keep my people working and keep the restaurant open and, obviously to feed the community and do what we can. And, it's nice to be considered essential, I'll tell you, because there's a lot of people that I know out there that are stuck at home with nothing to do. And, thankfully that everyone's still got to eat. So I am actually thankful to get to go to work every day and still do what I love to do. And, some stuff that I still have a passion for. So thankfully I get to go to work every day still and do those things. So.
Oh. And what I wanted to also talk about the event that we held last night for our local lodge to support you, who have been such a loyal supporter of us for these many years. We held what I call a virtual dining out. We informed the membership of Buona Fortuna, our local Pensacola lodge, that we were going to be supporting Carrabba's, and they could call in or go online and order their dinner, and that it could be delivered or picked up. And
Absolutely.
we got the word out. We got the word out via our email and I believe social media to our local lodge members. It was also put out at our regular membership meeting, which was held virtually, again, a Zoom meeting, and we were able to get the word out there. But
I'd say we probably had at least 30 families order dinner yesterday from us, all from Sons of Italy just last night alone. So I would say it was a very, hit success. I think people enjoyed it, based on the number of responses that we got. So I would say the people were definitely out, and it's good to see that, they're supporting me, and I'll continue to do everything I can to support them. And, it was definitely a success, and it's good to see all of our regulars again. Almost every one of the people that got food last night were people that I'm familiar with seeing in the dining room. So it's always nice to see those people coming through and, to get a chance to say hello. And even if it's from 6 feet away with a mask on, it's still nice to see everybody. And, I've also done a couple of deliveries here over the last few days, and I pull up to someone's house and out walks, Sons of Italy members that are here locally. And it's kind of cool to have them come out and, say hello. And, obviously with the no contact delivery that we offer now, typically I drop a bag on their porch and ring the doorbell and back away. And, they come out and pick up their bag and we say hello. And, it was definitely kind of cool though I think I've had 3 now that were Sons of Italy members that I recognize. And it was definitely pretty cool to see them come through and say hello and get a chance to talk to some of those people. So.
That's great. And I just wanted to, turn back the pages on how our organizations started the relationship. And it was, we had, I guess, people had been dining in there, and we had a charity event, a charity golf tournament that we were hosting, and they spoke to you about providing food, and you guys came out and provided both the lunch and the dinner for our golf tournament, which is
Yeah, you guys were, I believe that was probably about 12 years ago, 11 years ago. You were in having dinner at in the dining room, and I just happened to walk over and say hello and check on how was dinner. And that's kind of where it all started, was just a simple, hey, just wanted to make sure you enjoyed your veal marsala tonight. You know, is there anything we could do for you? And one of the gentlemen at the table spoke up and said, absolutely. As a matter of fact, we've got this little charity event going on. Is that something that you guys would be interested in? And we actually participate in a lot of charities here locally and nationally. You know, and it's always nice to support other organizations that are like-minded in thinking, and that like to do charity events, and that understand it's not necessarily about the money, but about, you know, the community involvement side and getting involved. And, you know, it's good to be involved with like-minded individuals like that, though. So that was definitely a cool thing. You know, even though the golf tournament's not a thing anymore, the Festa Italia and a couple of other events that, you know, I'm happy to always support with, and, you know, that you guys do every year. And, you know, you guys raise lots of money for charities and food banks, and, you know, anytime we can always help, you know, that's what we like to do. So that's not just here at Carrabba, that's all of us. So that's a company thing. We actually enjoy getting involved in our communities, because you know, we all live in our communities too. So we're members, you know, of this community just like everybody else. And so for us, it's very important that we get out there and can be seen, and, you know, and more importantly, be involved. So.
Right. Well, I just, again, wanted to thank you for the relationship that we have with you. And you've helped out, as you said, at the Festa. You catered parties for us. We've had installation dinners at Carrabba. So it's almost like being a family. And I want to, as I said before, to compliment the corporate culture of Carrabba's, because you can see that it's like family. And I think it's a perfect fit with Order Sons and Daughters of Italy and your Carrabba's Italian Grill. It's like a hand in glove, perfect fit for both of us because of our philanthropic endeavors that we do. And just want to highlight some of our local lodges' charitable endeavors. We're heavily involved with MANA. As I said before, we were able to do the $500 emergency donation just the other day as a result of our fundraising at the Festa, and we have a larger ongoing amount that we give them on an annual basis. We also do community caring at Christmas with Sue Strong, and help for the disabled. And we give out 3 scholarships during the year to local high school students to attend college. And that's all made possible because of our fundraising events. What I also wanted to talk about is, how has this coronavirus crisis affected you personally and your family?
Well, I've got 2 small kids, so they are obviously now homeschooled, which, much to my wife's chagrin, she is a full-time, well, she was a teacher anyway, and now she's a full-time at-home teacher, with 2 kids, helping them do their schoolwork, you know, virtually. So definitely it's changed our home routine a lot. You know, we used to get up and get, you know, the kids rushing out to school, and now we get them dressed and they have breakfast, and then they sit at the table with their Chromebooks out, and they do their schoolwork at the dining room table now. And so they have school virtually for a couple hours every day. You know, my wife is a teacher, so she actually teaches a class in the other room virtually. You know, as far as, you know, with kids' activities, you know, kids need to stay busy. So for me, with 2 daughters, you know, dance class, ballet, all of those things are kind of on hold. So we have to find other ways at home to keep, you know, 2 small children entertained and, you know, help them burn energy every day too. You know, they got to get out there. So we actually have recess at home. You know, it's time to go bike riding. It's time to go for a walk. We're going to go out in the backyard and kick the soccer ball around. It's definitely, it's kind of cool because it's more time than I've ever had to spend with my kids on a regular basis. At the same time, my poor wife, I think she would love to send the kids back to school tomorrow if they would let us. But at the same time, it's presented a new way of having to live at home as well as at work. So, I come to work and I do have a little bit of an escape from, being at home. Like I said, I'm blessed. I get to come to work every day. My wife had, 3 jobs. She worked at the church, which is now kind of on hold at the moment. And she teaches at school, which now she does it virtually from home. And she worked for the symphony orchestra, which is also, their season was canceled here in Pensacola. So she went from having more to do than she could ever had hours for in the day to suddenly she's at home all day. So I think she was affected a lot more than I was. And it's definitely challenging. So we have kind of the both sides of the same house. I still go to work every day. It's not necessarily business as usual for me, but I still have the opportunity to go to work where, right at home with me though, my wife with 3 jobs, all of them are now from home. So it's definitely unique. And then with 2 small children as well, for them not to be going to school, but schooling from home, I don't know how people homeschool their children. That's definitely a whole nother challenge, to parenting. So that's definitely, have my hats off to those people that can do that and homeschool their children full time. It's definitely a whole other animal when it comes to small children. So,
I would like to just encourage my brothers and sisters of the Sons and Daughters of Italy to reach out to, if you have a local Carrabba's restaurant in the area, and if you don't have a relationship with them, this is a great time to start one. Fortunately for us, you guys answered the call when we asked you. Now, this is an opportunity for other lodges to come to your aid and support, and know that on the other end of this crisis, you will be there for them. So what's the best way for them to get in touch? Just pick up the phone and call and talk to a manager, and what would
ask for your local managing partner. We're a percentage owner in the Carrabbas that we run. So we have a little bit of the ability to do some things, that maybe other restaurants don't. Plus we have corporate backing. So we have the ability to maybe in some cases do more than your local restaurants can, because we have bigger resources. So often, people think of, oh, corporate is a dirty word, but it doesn't have to be if it's run right. If you're doing the right thing, it doesn't have to be a bad thing. And with my company in particular, we haven't laid off a single person yet. Every one of my employees, even the ones that are not currently working right now, are still getting a paycheck every other Friday. So we're still doing everything that we can, for our people, but also for our communities. I know for a fact that every one of the stores that I talk to have done some form of donation drop, if not daily, almost daily. So get in touch with your local Carrabbas. We all live in our communities. We live and work in our communities, and we do, everything from first responder meals, fire departments, police departments, hospitals. We're involved, and it's not always easy for us to make the contact, but if you reach out to us, it definitely makes things easier on our end to know where to send some of the help. Because sometimes that's my biggest problem is, I have the ability to do more, but I don't have anyone to give it to, or have the right contacts at the right facilities to make them always work. So don't hesitate to ask. Reach out to us. We are here. We are, like I said, we're members in our communities. We want to help. It's just sometimes it's difficult for us to find the right contact in these other big organizations to work with. So Sons of Italy for me has always been a very, a really great deal for us because, local Sons of Italy chapters have, doctors, lawyers, policemen, firemen. I mean, at Festa, I met so many people this past year, that from all over the city, from local government, health officials, you name it. So I was fortunate enough to make some of these contacts, and all of that was possible thanks to the Sons of Italy. So I know where to spend our, our charitable dollars here locally, and who I can reach out to help. And, we're always looking for more though. I mean, there's always, and we do the best we can. So
you do a great job. And just to reiterate, they should ask for the managing partner when they call up the restaurant, right? The managing partner.
Absolutely. So the managers can help you too. But if you go right to the source in each restaurant, the managing partner has the ability to do more, and, usually within a couple hours can give you an answer on what they can and can't do. So.
Right. Well, I hope that the others in my organization and the Sons and Daughters of Italy find as people as generous as you and Adam was, your predecessor, and can develop the kind of long-term relationship and rewarding relationship that we've had with you. And as I said before, it's like being in a family. It's a family relationship.
Absolutely.
And we're so happy to have it.
Italian food's all about family. So there is no more sincere love than the love of food and family right there. So that's what we do. And that's, we're going to be doing it for as long as, for as long as things are the way they are, and we'll keep, even well beyond that, we'll continue to do exactly that. So, but it is nice to have, support from our local, civic groups, especially like the Sons of Italy are a big one for us. You guys are probably the largest civic group that we work with here in Pensacola. And, your membership has always supported me, and I in turn love nothing more than to support you guys. And, I think for us, it's been nothing but beneficial on both sides.
Absolutely.
And, I look forward to what the future holds for all of us, because I think that with partnerships like this, only successful things can come from it. So.
Well, very well said. And I know that you're busy. I don't want to take up too much of your time. And I just want to thank you again, Travis, for being on and being a great representative of Carrabba's. And it's our pleasure to be a corporate partner with you. And again, thank you very much. And we'll just sign out for now.